We have some questions. How come preaching correct doctrine does not necessarily find us the blessed New Testament gospel? Did John Bunyan not find it till shown it by his second wife? Until you are convinced of your disease, you feel no need of a cure. And the main reason why most people do not accept the gospel, they think they don't need it. Only when they realise that the law of God requires that every thought, feeling, emotion, choice, action should be as good as Adam's before the fall, only when we see the depths of it, as shown in the Sermon on the Mount, that it extends to the thoughts and the intents, only when men see that, do they become aware how far gone they are. Only then is the gospel welcome. Most people think they're good enough without it. Is not the world prepared for the Antichrist religion of atheism, coupled with the false prophet of utilitarianism ethos? It may have a part to play, but Matthew 24 suggests there'll be pestilence, famine, earthquakes, wars on a universal global scale before the last apostasy. How come that majoring in prophecy sometimes obscures the gospel? Because we forget what we talked about earlier, that Christ is the key to the prophecies. When Christ is left out, when the gospel is not found in prophecy, we're misreading it. This world has been subject to decay, even the solar system. Since God is going to remake it, surely those in heaven aren't currently living in it. I think that the myriads of beings that God has made are way beyond the Hubble telescope or any other. Why is the New Testament gospel so hard to find? Because we think we're good enough without it. Please comment on the idea that Christ shared certain characteristics with pagan gods such as Krishna and Horus. Satan is the great counterfeiter, and there are many things in pagan religions that try to counterfeit the teachings of the Bible. But the one thing they never successfully counterfeit is the idea of a God, a sinless God, taking our sin upon himself and then offering us complete forgiveness. Pagan religions don't have that. I think that's it. But there's one I failed to answer last time. A friend wrote in and asked for books on the secret rapture, and I did not mention any, and I thought about it later. The best books are George Eldon Ladd's book, The Blessed Hope, and Oswald Alice's book, Prophecy in the Church. Let me repeat it. These are the best books dealing with the secret rapture teaching. Most scholars ignore it because it's such a fantastic thing. If truth is not clearly set out in the New Testament, ignore it. And it's certainly not clearly set out in the New Testament. So The Blessed Hope by George Eldon Ladd and Prophecy in the Church by Oswald, O-S-W-A-L-D, Alice, A-L-L-I-S, not Alice in Wonderland, that's spelled differently, A-L-L-I-S.